up? I'm Sarah LaFay. Welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be answering your keratin treated questions. A little over 3 months ago, I did the at-home keratin treatment and wanted to know if you guys had any particular questions after I've had this in my hair for this amount of time, and I got a lot of questions. And all the answers that I'm giving are specific to me and what I experienced with my hair. Somebody else can have a completely different experience than I have. I also have the at-home keratin treatment that I use, linked down below just in case you're interested. This is going to be a two-parter, so let's get right into the questions. All right, so the first question is, did the keratin treatment lead to breakage of my natural hair? Was I able to get my curls back with wash? In terms of breakage, I actually did not experience any breakage. I'm currently actually starting to experience a little breakage now, and I think it's because the keratin is wearing off and I've had to use quite a bit of heat with modeling, since that is mostly my main job right now. And then was I able to get the curls back with, it just says wash, so I'm not sure if you meant like the next wash or multiple washes, but I've washed my hair very many times, like almost once a week, maybe once every week and a half to 2 weeks for the past 3 months. And this past wash day, which was yesterday, I'll insert a clip of what my curls were looking like they're really bouncing back in comparison to how much they fell when I did the at-home keratin treatment. So they're definitely coming back finally, which makes me feel a whole lot better. Right when I did the keratin treatment, my curls did loosen up quite a bit. The next question, how do you care for the hair? I've gotten treatment done and I'm a bit lost from here. How often must I wash it? How do I protect the hair? Best styling methods. How do I retain length, grow hair? Yeah, you do get a lot of questions. She put, I have a lot of questions LOL. So I have been doing a week of my hair ever since I got the keratin treatment, just kind of showing you the day-to-day of how I specifically care for my keratin treated hair. So if you want to check out those videos, just go to my page. But just like in general, how do I care for my hair? I still care for it as if I didn't have a keratin treatment. I try to keep it moisturized weekly. I try to minimize the amount of heat I'm using on it. And again, I honestly just treat it like I did before I had the keratin. I don't think there's necessarily anything special you have to do other than make sure that the shampoo and conditioner you are using doesn't strip your hair of the keratin treatment. In terms of how do you protect the hair, again, with moisturizers and oils and keeping it off your clothing, especially in the winter time. The best styling methods, obviously my favorite styling method is wearing it straight, because the keratin treatment does add this really beautiful shine to the hair and it gives your hair a nice flow. But I mean, you can also wear it up again to keep it off your clothing. So again, it's not anything you have to go above and beyond to like really change now that you have a keratin treatment. And in terms of how do you retain length, grow the hair, give you the same answers that I just gave you in terms of moisturizing it, keeping it off your clothing, and keeping the hair hydrated. Next question, after the keratin treatment, did your hair seem drier? It did not. I felt like after the keratin, my hair felt stronger and it was visibly a lot shinier. Next question, what do you do to prepare your hair for a keratin treatment? That is an excellent question, because I've gotten keratin treatment twice. I've gotten a keratin treatment done by Salon. That was a 30-day keratin treatment, which I'll have that video linked. And I did that a few years ago, and then I've done an at-home keratin treatment, which was 3 months ago. But in terms of both, I didn't really prep my hair for it. And I can't even say like make sure your hair is healthy before you get it, because the keratin helps to make your hair more healthy, in my opinion. The next question is, how often do you use the Camille Rose Serum and when did you see results? So this isn't really keratin related. I do really love the Camille Rose Cocoa Nibs and Honey Serum, and I definitely saw an increase in hair growth very quickly. When I first got it, I was using it maybe 3-4 times a week, and now I probably use it once, maybe twice a week. And the reason I use it less is because a lot of the times I have to make sure that my hair is looking as nice and sleek and not weighed down as possible, because I'm constantly having to do modeling or filming something for like sending, they're called trigger videos for castings. And I'm also trying to experiment with other oils just so that I can give you guys more of a selection to choose from. The next question is, will you continue to get more keratin treatments in the future, and how has your hair changed since getting keratin? So I will definitely be doing a keratin treatment in the future. I'm aiming for summer for sure, because it'll help to really minimize the frizz that I get from the humidity, and then it'll also continue to protect my hair, because I know the modeling work is just going to continue to pick up more and more and more. And then in terms of how has my hair changed since getting keratin, it strengthened my hair, helped to protect my hair, and I didn't really experience breakage because I have that keratin layer on there protecting my hair. The next question is from Serena, and shout out to you because you gave me a whole lot of questions. So I'm going to answer a few in this video and I'll answer a few in the next video. One of your questions was, how does the at-home keratin treatment compare to the salon one? Could you please provide the names of both treatments used if you have them? Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually did get a salon keratin treatment when I was younger, because my mom used to get our hair professionally done pretty much from when we were 6 all the way up until like freshman in high school. I do remember getting a keratin treatment when I was younger. But of course I can't give details about which one it was because I don't remember, and I'm sure she doesn't remember. Like I just mentioned earlier, I did do a 30-day keratin treatment at a salon, and that one was called the La Braziliana. I will have that video linked if you want to see my experience with it. It actually didn't really do anything to my curls in terms of like loosening them up. And when I did leave the salon that day, my hair was very silky and flowy. And I remember like maybe a few days later, I did go out in humidity and my hair frisked a little bit, but not as much as it normally would have. So I knew that it helped, but it didn't last long at all. Again, it's just a 30-day spray-on treatment. He does offer the 3 to 6 month treatment. The only reason I didn't do that one is because of the finances, but he does do it at a really, really great price. So I'm thinking that the next keratin treatment that I do, I will actually go to him, or I may still do the at-home keratin treatment, but the one I use is the Amazon-less keratin smoothing treatment. The next question is, how do you moisturize your hair with it having keratin and being straight? So in terms of moisturizing my keratin treated hair, I use the same products that I used before I had the keratin treatment, and both the products that I use did not revert my hair. So the one that I usually use is the MIZANI Rose H2O cream. Because I ran out of it and just haven't repurchased it, I've been using the ORS hair fertilizer, and that should also keep your low porosity hair moisturized as well without it reverting. The next question is, does it truly wash off eventually, or it leaves the hair with a looser texture and with less volume? But with what I'm experiencing, it's slowly like wearing off and I guess coming out, because I am seeing my curls revert back and my strands aren't as shiny as they were when I first did the keratin. Does it leave the hair with a looser texture? Yes, when you first apply it, it leaves the hair with a looser texture. But surprisingly, I felt like I had more volume to my hair once I straightened it out. And then as I continued to do my hair, I felt like I was getting lesser volume, but I just realized it was because I kept the hair straightener on the same temperature when I didn't need to. Like I could have lowered it a lot because my hair didn't need as much heat anymore, because the curl pattern was already pretty loose, so I didn't need that extra heat to like make sure that it was staying straight like I would have with my naturally curly hair, if that makes any sense. Next question is, how long would you say the effects last? Do some effects fade more quickly than others? So I can only speak from the 2 that I've had. So again, the 30-day keratin treatment faded pretty quickly, like within the 30 days. This one, I know when you do the 3 to 6 month keratin treatments, they of course last longer, but depending on how often you wash your hair also determines like how long it'll stay in your hair. I feel like this one will probably stay in my hair completely for another, I'll say another 2 months before it's completely out, in my opinion. But I feel like if I would wash my hair more often, it would have definitely been pretty much out of my hair. Okay, and the last question I'll answer in this video is, how does the keratin treatment compare to having a relaxer? Do you feel your hair is stronger and had less breakage post-keratin? Have there been any unexpected difficulty issues managing your hair post-keratin? So in comparison to relaxer, I don't really know much about relaxers. I've never had a relaxer. What I understand from a relaxer is that it pretty much completely gets rid of the curl pattern, depending on the relaxer you use. What the keratin treatment does is temporarily loosen the curl pattern, and then once it wears off, your hair kind of reverts back into its normal state. Do I feel that my hair is stronger and had less breakage post-keratin? Yes. And then, has there been any unexpected difficulties, issues managing your hair post-keratin? Honestly, for me, there hasn't been. So I'm gonna end part 1 here. If you want to see part 2, make sure to subscribe. And thank you to everyone who left a question. If you have additional questions, make sure to leave it in the comment section below. Y hasta el próximo video. Ciao.
I want to thank me for doing all this hard work.